Okay, Assalamu alaikum and hello. So this is the interface for ClickSense. So here, if I click on this assets, then this view of all the fields and their options, they just disappear if you don't want to see that. And if you click on this properties, so the properties which are being shown on the right side are not shown anymore. So it's up to you whether you want to see these two things or not, because they just are cramming up the central view where you are going to be designing the dashboards. So we have these four options here. One is the fields. All the fields are here. Obviously, the country is the geographical variable, so it's going to show that on a map. These two are dates, and all the others are just excluding the scheduled delivery dates. So we have three dates, and we have one geographical variable, and all the others are a mixtures of dimensions and measures. But ClickSense has not categorized them separately as is typically done in Tableau, for example. So it's up to us to use them as they are. So we know that some of them are strings and some of them are numbers. Um, we can use these fields directly from here in the different charts that we have. So these are the charts. We have the bar, box plot, bullet charts. We have the buttons. We can work with those as well. Combo charts, containers, the distribution plots, the filter pane for filtering. We have different gauges, macro charts, etc., text and image, waterfall charts. So these are the options that are currently available. So we can work directly with these fields and while drawing this chart. So for example, I can just double click on this bar chart. So it's telling me to add a dimension. So I can add the dimension as, let's say, the INCO. So that's my INCO. And to add the measure, I can say the line item value. And obviously, I can take the average line item value per vendor INCO. And I have this chart. Now, what we see here is that the options of the chart are being displayed on the right-hand side. Where if I want to see that on the dashboard view, then I just click on this edit sheet, deselect that, and now I can see how it's going to be looking on the dashboard. So it's pretty long here. So I need to, just just minimize that, like here, for example, and then I can see. So we can adjust this later on. In any ways, we will see some of the options that we have here regarding the bar chart. So you see, we have the option to add along the bars are displaying the INCO. So we have the option to add something as well. So let's see what that means. If I add, for example, the shipment mode. So now you see that the chart has changed. So the group is INCO. That means on the x-axis, I'm being shown as the INCO. And for each INCO, I'm being shown the uh, average line item value per shipment mode. So if I just click on this here, so you can see now it's very easy for me to visualize that for the different INCOs, for example, let's talk about EXW. So in EXW, all the four shipment modes were used, and the most occasional, the one which has the highest line item value, average line item value, is primarily the ocean route in the EXW in INCO option or the vendor INCO. So this is pretty flexible. So we have these two options, and I can even flip them like this. So if I do it like this, so so now you see it's flipped now. So if I see the chart again, so now you see the INCO now becomes the bar, and the group becomes the shipment mode. So it I can visualize that as I want. So I was not able to find this flexibility in any other BI tool that we have studied in this course. So one other option we have here is the alternative dimension. So let's say I delete this and I add this fulfill via, which is either the direct drop or via RDC. So just to show the chart as more balanced, so you can see here is that We have these shipment modes, and fulfill wires either through a direct drop or from the RDC through delivery. So we can compare these two things here. So now let's add an alternative dimension here. So let me take that as the INCO. So alternate dimension is the meaning is, as it's clear to you, get we can have two dimensions together. So let's add this INCO here. I can also add more alternatives, but you can see this here that when I click on this, I can just select INCO here, and it's going to be, is the chart is going to change with respect to INCO. And I can select here, either I go via fulfill via, or I go to the shipment mode. So it's up to me. Okay. So in the default case, I have this thing. If I select INCO here, I can either select INCO from here, or I can select INCO from here, because one of them is the group and the other one is the bar. So I can, if I take the alternative dimension, I can add that either in the group field or in the bar field. So if I add that here, for example, in the bar field, which is the shipment mode, so you can see that now it has changed now. Okay, so I go back here, or I can add that in the in the group field. So I can take it as info here, and this thing is shipment mode is going to remain the same. So this is absolutely pretty flexible. So I can click on apply here to make the changes. So in the same way, we can also add alternative measures. So let's say I'm interested in analyzing the freight cost, which is obviously something which is important. So let me see the average freight cost. And so if I come to this edit sheet, so I have now many options here. So let me just go back to the default fulfill via shipment mode. And here I can just click on this and take the average freight cost. So this is going to change with respect to that. So this is pretty flexible, and you can play around with this. Uh, other So the other options are, this sorting. So you can sort, you can just sort as you wish here. So I don't want to change the order because everything looks pretty good, but you can change the sorting here. There are different ads on, and then there's this appearance. In this you can put the title, but we'll add the title directly from here. We can have a subtitle, etc., etc. Then we have this presentation, so we can have this as a stacked or grouped. So we typically we in other Tableau and Power BI, we have stacked and clustered as separate entities as compared to the bar, but here we can just include it from here. So we can either do the as a horizontal, vertical. So all of these are presented as options of the same chart. Yeah, so scroll bar, I can have a bar, and then obviously I can select the colors and the legends. So currently everything is auto, but that's what we can do. So let's add this title here. So fulfill via slash shipment mode. So with respect to something. So I decided this. So this is all with respect to the bar chart. So it's pretty flexible. So you can see that I can actually have multiple bar charts. I can view multiple bar charts because of the fact that I can have a variable, a dimension for a group, a dimension for a bar. I can have alternative dimensions, and I can also have alternative measures. So that gives me a lot of flexibility, and also I have lots and lots of options. All the options um, for the appearance, for the in fact for the presentation, there that are available separately in the other BI tools are now available in the same bar chart offering, which is, I think, is a more flexible way of handling things as compared to selecting lots and lots of bar charts. So that's also difficult to manage. So that's it from my side for this video. Thanks for watching.